Sugar Ray Robinson, one of the most skilled boxers to ever lace up the gloves, inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1990, and he fights out of Harlem, New York. Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He also can crack at welterweight, one of the best to ever do it.
I'm so excited for this fight. There is no nonsense here.
This bout is scheduled for 6 rounds.
Lots of hype as they will fight into the night. We're out. Here we go for round 1. That punch lands. They exchange punches. The jab can't find a home. Looking at social media right now, Johnny, and the entire boxing world is buzzing about this battle under the stars.
Now things have cooled down. Now the fans are heating it up again. They're getting excited, waiting for this. How have they prepared for this? These fighters, this is going to be so hard, but so different.
A perfect counter shot. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You'd like to see more jabs. Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Nice defense with that jab. Back and forth they go. Solid punch. Do you believe this? Bud Crawford just got knocked down. One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You okay?
Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Let's see how the game plan... Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They've staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Both men step back for just a moment. And he scores with the counter. The straight right just misses. counter shot. Not so rigid anymore with the stance. He threw a punch and just got countered. Nice exchange here from both men. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Counter shot lands. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Good defense to block the hook. There's a counter shot. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
That uppercut misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you think, come on.
Let's get it started in round 3. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Swing and a miss with that hook. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Incredible work rate. Nice stop, but that won't score. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice defense on that right hook. They blocked the left there. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Robinson in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on it.
And he dropped him. The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again one more time.
You're right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels, look at, it's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. He just takes one more clear shot, a clean one, and he's out of there.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Robinson got buzzed there. He's in trouble. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
It's a good start to the round for this guy.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Robinson hit hard, and he may be ready to go. How did they survive that?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Robinson got buzzed there. He's in trouble. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Defense is not an option for these two. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. A lot of work needs to be done in this corner. 2 knockdowns in the last round. On to the 5th we go. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Catch and shoot. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Well, Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
It's bombs away. So much for boxing. This is a fight. you know in this division you got to have speed and you got to have footwork or you're going to be a cooked goose.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fighters like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now, this fight will say, you know what? I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Missing with that right hook. Beautiful counter punch. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Now you start wondering how much... Let's start the sixth. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
They block the hook. That right hook won't score. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Hey, those punches add up. Stamina is off the charts. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
That left uppercut doesn't score. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. No surprise as we get a unanimous decision there.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there. But you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, big, hard lesson. I totally agree.
Hello.